Hello everyone, I'm Paul and this is problem 1622, fancy sequence. This is a hard one that requires some math, so next we will go step by step. The description is simple. We need to implement the fancy class, and this has four methods: append, add all, multiply all, and get index. So this looks a lot like an array. We can have an empty array, and whenever we receive this call, append with some value, we add the corresponding values. So let's say that we add a lot of values. At some point we add a 5, then we add more values, and so on. For this method, add all, we just add the corresponding increment to each of these values in the array. So let's say that the increment is 2. We add a 2 to every value in the array, and this becomes 7 now. This method is very similar. We need to multiply every element in the array by the given number. So let's say that this is a 2 also. We multiply everything by 2 and this becomes 10. And this method, getIndex, returns the value corresponding to the given index. So let's say that this is at index 3 and we receive this call where index is 3. We just return this number modulo 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. And if the index is larger than the array, we just return -1. So up to this moment, this looks very simple. We can handle all of this with an array. The problem is down here in the constraints. We can have at most 10 to the power of 5 calls, and for many of these calls, we have to iterate an array that can be very large. So this is inefficient. This will throw time limit exceeded. So we need to think about something else. The main observation here is the following. We have an array with different numbers, and each number will suffer different transformations potentially. So we could take the number and multiply it by some value, or we could take the number and add some value which we'll call sum. So if we run this operation, we are transforming every value in the array. If we run this operation, we are transforming every value in the array also. So we could run this operation, then this one, then this one again, then this one again, and so on. As you can see, and as we said seconds ago, this is very inefficient. Now, the thing is that at any given point, the number that we have in the array is equal to some base times some accumulated number, we'll call this m, plus some accumulated sum, which we'll call s. So if we want to avoid transforming every number with each of these two operations, we can split all of this and store here in the array only the base. So we will have a variable to keep track of the accumulated multiplication. This is initially 1. And we will have another variable to keep track of the accumulated sum. This is initially 0. And we are storing in the array the base only, so that when we need to get the real number, well, we can do the base times the accumulated multiplication plus the accumulated sum. So now the question is, how do we get this base? Well, we have the real number, we know what's the accumulated multiplication, and we know what's the accumulated sum, so we can just solve for b. We can say that b is equal to n minus s divided by m. And we have a mod value, so here we should use this modulo the required value mod. Now the thing is that in modular arithmetic, this division is not allowed. If we are using the mod value, we can't do this. Now this is the same as b is equals n minus s times 1 divided m. So if we want to avoid the division, we can replace this with m to the power of -1, and now we can use our mod value. So now we are replacing this division with m to the power of -1, and this is valid. So if we have this number with this accumulated multiplication, with this accumulated sum, we can say that the number that we are storing here, meaning the base, is the number that we have, 5, minus the accumulated sum, 0, divided 1. 5 minus 0 divided by 1 is still 5. But now this 5 corresponds to the base. So when we want to get the number at index 3, let's say that this is index 3, well, we can take this formula. We take the base, which corresponds to the number that we have here, 5, times the accumulated multiplication, 1, plus the accumulated sum, 0. 5 times 1 plus 0 is 5. So this is the real number. This is the number that we would return. Now let's say that we want to increment every value in the array. Instead of transforming the entire array, we can just take the increment, let's say that this is 2, and add it to the accumulated sum. So this is now 0 plus 2, meaning 2. Why? Well, because if we consider this formula, now the real number is this plus the new sum. And this is exactly equal to the base times the accumulated multiplication plus the sum plus the new sum. And this part, sum plus new sum, is what we have here. That's why we add the increment to the accumulated sum. And now we can do exactly the same. Let's say that we are trying to get the real number at index 3. Well, we run this formula. We take the base, meaning the number that we have here, which is 5, times the accumulated multiplication plus the accumulated sum, 2. 5 times 1 plus 2 is equal to 7. So this is the real number using this as the base, this as the accumulated multiplication, and this as the accumulated sum. Now let's say that we are running this operation with the multiplication of 2. This means that we should multiply every element in the array by 2. And if we want to avoid transforming the entire array, and considering this formula, we can say that the new real number is equal to this times the new multiplication, and this is exactly equal to the base times the accumulated multiplication times the new multiplication plus the accumulated sum times the new multiplication. And just to be clear, this is a simple distribution. We are doing nm times b times m plus nm times s. Okay, that's exactly what we are doing here. So if we look closely here, we should multiply the accumulated multiplication by the new multiplication, and we should multiply the accumulated sum by the new multiplication. So if this was 2, now we need to do 1 times 2, and the new value here is 2. And here we need to do 2 times 2, and the new value is 4. So now if we want to get the real number at index 3, we do exactly the same. We take the base, which is 5, times the accumulated multiplication, 2, plus the accumulated sum, 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So this is the real number. And this makes sense because remember that we started with this operation with the sum of 2. 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. And then we had this operation with the multiplication of 2 also. 7 times 2 is equal to 14. And this 14 is this 14. And by doing this, now we are solving the problem in big O of 1 time complexity and big O of n space complexity, because operations require big O of 1 time complexity and we are still using this array. So with this in mind, now let's see how to code this up. First, we have a mod value, so we can go up here and say that mod is equal to 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. Now we can continue with the constructor. We need an array which is initially empty, and we need to keep track of two things: the accumulated sum, which we are calling add, this is initially 0, and the accumulated multiplication, which is initially 1. Now we can continue with append. Here we need to store in the array the corresponding base for the given value. This is the real number. So how do we get the base? Remember the formula. We take the real number, val, minus the accumulated sum, self.add, and we should divide this by the accumulated multiplication. The thing is that we have a mod value, and in modular arithmetic this division is not allowed, so we have to multiply this by the accumulated multiplication to the power of -1. In Python we can use pow, self.multiplication to the power of -1. And the third value is the mod value. Here we can use this in Python. Now, because of this multiplication, we should use the mod value again here. So we say that this modulo mod is the base. And now we can add to the array the base. Now we can continue with this method, add all. What if we are trying to increment every value in the array? Well, instead of doing this, we can just update self.add. This is now equal to self.add plus the given increment. And here we use our mod value again. Now, what if we are trying to multiply every value in the array? Well, instead of doing this, we can say that the accumulated multiplication is now equal to the accumulated multiplication times the given value modulo mod. And remember that in this scenario, we also need to update the accumulated sum. So self.add is now equal to self.add times the given number modulo mod. Finally, what if we are trying to get the real number at some index? Well, first we check that the index is in bounds, because if the index is greater or equal to the length of the array, this means that we are out of bounds, so we just return -1. If we are still here, this means that we do have the index, so we just return the result of our formula. First we take self.array at the given index, remember that this is the base, times the accumulated multiplication plus the accumulated sum. And we have a mod value, so we use it here. And that's it. This is the entire code. So now let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. If you didn't get the idea of this problem, I highly recommend you to watch this video again from the start. And if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.